Well, we have made our way down to Monroe to check in once again with the Flying Jets of Adams Central. And, it feels like Adams Central is still flying first class after winning that 2A state title back in November, in large part due to Michael Mosier, the recently named Indiana Football Coaches Association Coach of the Year. Coach, not everybody can say they're the Coach of the Year. Just what does this honor mean to you?
Well, it reflects greatly on the type of kids that we have. It's how hard they played. It's how hard they worked and how well they were coached. I think that's the big part of what has been a big part of our success. I know this is a nice award to get personally. However, I don't get this award if we don't win the state, if we don't have the type of kids that we have, and we don't have the type of coaches that we have. This award is really about them and what they were able to do and how we were able to come together and really pull off something that I don't know that we really expected, and I definitely know those in the area didn't expect. But these kids just from day one believed they could do it, and it's going to be a season that I'm not going to forget for a very long time.
No doubt about it. It's very hard to build a winning culture, let alone consistently build a winning culture year in and year out. The fact that you have done this for years now at Adams Central, a school that is still a 1A school by enrollment, just how much pride do you take in that?
A lot of pride. We all do. The kids take a lot of pride in it, as coaches do. We don't take it for granted. We know we have something special here, and it really is a testament to the community, the type of kids that they raise. These are hardworking kids. These are kids that we can push and that we can coach, and that's what makes it a lot of fun. And so we don't take that for granted. We're really appreciative of what we have, and it just works. We have a system and a culture that has been built through years and years, long before I've been here, with Coach Minnick coaching for 30 years, and he kind of started the ball rolling a little bit on our championships back in the 80s, and it just has developed through the years, and it's just a neat program to be a part of. I'm an AC grad, so I'm part of that, and if you look at our coaching staff, 99.9% are AC grads, and we just know what the program's about, and we know what the community's about, and I think that contributes to our success.
When you look back on this past season, I know we've talked a little bit about how the team responded from that Week 1 game against Garrett. When you go back to this postseason run in particular, what did you see from the guys and how they were able to take step after step in the right direction and play their best football at the most important time of the year?
And they did. They played their best at the end, and they got better each week. I just think back, and all of us coaches think back to Garrett and how we didn't play terrible, but we had like about 2 minutes where the wheels on the bus fell off, and it was really about leadership and experience. And these kids took it to heart. We had a really heart-to-heart on Monday, and I just challenged them, what do you want out of this season? Is this what you want? Because we think you can go far. And they just really took that to heart, and they got better each week. And really, I think of the Andrean game. The state game was a great game, but that Andrean game was just a great game for these kids, and it really showed what we could do as a team to go up there to Andrean, a team that I think on paper is better than we are, and we were able to beat them like we did. And that was kind of a testimony to how hard these kids have worked and how much they believed. And when they got to the state, it was like 3 years of pent-up emotion. Losing it 3 years in a row, they played their best game of the year at the state. And it was really great to see these guys come together and do what they did. And the senior class is pretty special for doing that.
I know since they announced that you were Coach of the Year, the reactions have flooded in, especially on our Facebook page. I think we were very stunned in a good way, just the amount of positivity and the great reactions from the Adams Central community. Just how much does that warm your heart to continually see this amount of support from this area, just knowing you're an AC guy yourself?
Well, it just means a great deal. And again, it's a testimony to the community, and I love this community. I grew up in this community, and it just makes it very special. And the people that we have are very supportive. And one thing we like to pride ourselves at AC, win or lose, we're going to have people in the stands, and they're all going to be supportive. And that's kind of how we have been through the years. They've been a little spoiled the last few years, I know. But You know, it's not always going to be that way. And yet, even though they're going to continue to support the program, they're always going to support the kids, and we're always going to have kids that are hardworking. And so, yeah, it does warm my heart to see the support. It kind of blows me away a little bit of how supportive they've been, and it's a good reflection on the community.